Hey homestead peeps! So today we are stocking our pantry in the event of an emergency. To share with you some things that we have done to prepare ourselves for one, a natural disaster like a hurricane, because hurricane season is upon us, and I guess seeing it moving on to the coast in Louisiana and Texas kind of upped my alertness to the necessities of being able to, the need to be able to have some backup in case we need it. And two, the event of another rise in COVID and another mandatory quarantine, so that we aren't caught and not be able to find things on the shelves again. And three, just, I don't know, civil unrest, whatever might happen, just being prepared for any kind of future events that could prevent us from being able to purchase items from the grocery store or whatever we might need for a while. So today I'm going to kind of go through with you some things that we've purchased. The first thing I wanted to show you are these oxygen absorbers, and we use these for a lot of dry things like elbow macaroni. So we put these in here just to keep things dry and all good, but I'm actually going to be moving this out of this jar because this is also a box of elbow macaroni, and I will be using some food grade buckets similar to these that we bought at Tractor Supply, but I'm not actually using these, but some similar to these. These are actually food grade buckets, and you can buy the gamma lids that will fit these buckets from Tractor Supply to store dry goods and things like that. So that's where the elbow macaroni is going to be going, is into these buckets. Another thing is pasta. I'm not sure how I'm going to store this yet, but this is just something that keeps a long time. So this is actually best if used by July 2022. So we got a 2-year shelf life here, and I would imagine that as long as it's kept dry and bug-free, it'll probably be useful even longer than that. We have some large jars of peanut butter that will just not be opened. They're sealed already. There's no need to change the way that they are stored. Let's see what the date on the peanut butter is. I'm not seeing it right off. But I know peanut butter will last a long time. And there's 7 grams of protein for 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. So a lot of times, I know my husband, if he just feels like he needs some protein and he doesn't want to eat a lot, he'll just take a spoonful of peanut butter, just eat a spoonful of peanut butter. So it's a good source of protein. Also, we have freeze-dried coffee, instant freeze-dried coffee. And I've heard, the reason that I chose this was because I'm not a coffee drinker personally myself, but my husband is a coffee drinker. And I know that storing whole coffee beans is better than storing ground coffee, but in the same aspect, even whole coffee beans will lose their flavor over time, and freeze-dried instant coffee will not ever lose its flavor. So this will last a long time. So this is our first tub of it. Doesn't mean this is the only thing that we're buying here, but this is our start. So just know that this is not like a 3-month supply or 6-month supply that I'm showing you. This is just the start that we're doing, and we will be adding to this. Each week that we go buy groceries, we'll just buy extra to add to our supply until we do get a 3-month supply first, and then we'll work towards a 6-month supply. Another thing that I got was popcorn. Popcorn is just a good wholesome snack, and a lot of snack for a little bit of space. And if you'll notice, I got regular unpopped kernels. I did not get microwave popcorn because it will go bad. And in the event that we lose electricity, I can pop this over an open fire, whether it be the stove, our gas stove, or whether it be an outside fire outside. So, popcorn. Another thing that we have is granulated sugar. I don't know if I guess you can see this. Granulated sugar. Sugar hardly ever goes bad. The only thing that you need to do with sugar is just remember to keep it dry and don't let moisture get into it. And even if moisture does get into it, it can be broken back up once it clumps up a little bit, but sugar is something that can be used for so many different things. Another thing is non-fat powdered milk. And I know that doesn't sound probably very appetizing. I remember when I was younger, my brother and I went through so much milk all the time that my mother would supplement the store-bought jug of milk with, she'd add powdered milk. Once it got halfway down, she would add water and powdered milk to the regular store-bought milk to try to extend it. So, but this is something that will last. This also will last for 2 years. This has got a 2-year shelf life on it. So that's another thing that's good. We got some Karo syrup. This will not go bad as well. I don't know if there's a date. I don't see a date. Let's see. Best if used by 2023. So we got a 3 years on this one. And then let's see some of the other things. This is one thing that you could not find during quarantine when COVID first hit, was some sort of vitamin C or immune supporting supplement. So we just bought this just in case. So let's see. So that's good for 4 years, 2024. We have old-fashioned oats. This is not the only canister of oats that I have, so this will be put away. One thing about oats don't necessarily have to be cooked to be usable, to be edible. You can actually put oats in some water and let it soak overnight. And yes, it won't be hot and delicious and steamy, but it will be edible the next morning if you let the oats just soak in water overnight. So that's another source. For you ladies, the necessities, don't forget these. You know, it's not something we always think about, but if paper towels and toilet paper, which we also have a supply of that, are gone, then these could just as easily go off the shelves as well, and you will be in a world of hurt if you can't find these when you need them. Also, I got a water filter. And the reason I got the water filter is we have well water, and we also have a backup generator if our electricity goes off. But if the event that we're in a long-term crisis and we need to get water from a stream or wherever, I'm not sure, I can't say that this actually will filter out bacteria and things like that, but it's one of the better water filters. So I can filter it through this, and then I can boil it if I need to kill any bacteria in it. So this is just a good thing to have. So I got this, and I also got 4 replacement filters to go with it too, because one of the main first things that you need to get is your water supply, because you cannot live longer than 3 days without water. So speaking of water, and I don't think you can see it here on the camera, I'll show it to you in a little bit, but they suggest your first go around of stocking your pantry to have 3 gallons of water per person as a backup. So like there are 3 people in our family, we would need to have at minimum 9 gallons of water. So 3 gallons per person, that would be 3 days worth of water per person. So that's something that we're stocking up on. Now let me tell you, one thing that I did several years ago is I went out and bought a lot of water, because when a hurricane is coming your way, the water is one of the first things to clear off the shelf and you can't get it. So it's better to buy it ahead of time. But I bought about 9 gallons of water, but I bought it in some regular milk jug looking jugs for the water. And I went to move it a couple of years later out of one of the closets that I had it in, and the water had leaked out of those jugs. So instead of buying those milk jugs, I bought some gallon-sized jugs of water, but they're in the thicker plastic, so it's more durable. And then I also am buying cases of bottled water as well. Another thing is drink mixes. This is something that, especially if you have children and sometimes water is just not going to be palatable for them, something like this will help them stay hydrated, is being able to add drink mixes to them. Another thing is canned meats. I have canned tuna, I have canned chicken, and yes, I have the good old canned Spam. I don't know if you consider this a real meat or not, but it will last a long time. I'm also working on working through some of the meats in our freezer that we have stored, some deer meat from years past from hunting season that I plan to can, because like I said, in the event that you lose electricity, whatever you've stored in your freezer as your backup, if that electricity goes out, you're going to lose that food in your freezer. But if you can it, you don't have to worry about that. So, canned meats. Also, I bought a package of bay leaves because I've been told, now I can't attest to this, but this is what I've been told, is that bay leaves, if you put it in things like flour, any kind of things that can get little bugs in them, cornmeal, that kind of stuff, bay leaves will sort of help resist getting bugs in it, because they don't like this. Clorox, who knows how precious Clorox was when COVID hit the first time. So I actually have 2 extra jugs of Clorox to use for whatever sanitizing purposes that I might need to use it for. Let's see. So I have some jugs of spaghetti sauce to use with all the pasta that I bought. You may have to use it without meat. You may use it with meat. That's I don't know. Here's a thing of flour. Also, I have lots of dried beans, and I hope you can see me. But what my plan is right now for the dried beans is, instead of getting a 5-gallon tub of pinto beans or whatever, I'm buying a variety of beans. Like I have black-eyed peas here, I have light red kidney beans here, I had lima beans here, I have small red beans there, and I have pinto beans over here, is to leave them in their plastic package, but put all of these beans in the packages in a tub and store them all together. That way they're safe, they're away from insects and that kind of thing, but they're also a variety, so I'm not stuck eating 6 months worth of pinto beans. So that's my goal right now. As I gather more and more and more, I may get more of one type than the other, but for right now that's to keep a variety. Also, another sweetener that I bought was honey. Raw, unfiltered honey, local honey actually, because it helps with your immune system, helps with allergies and that types of thing in your area if you get local honey that's local to your area. And also honey never goes bad either. It might crystallize, but all you have to do is heat up honey and it'll go back to the way it was before. So, and then another thing that I have over here is ramen noodles. I know they're not good for you, lots of salt in them, but they keep well, and it's, you know, it's just a pinch, so it's something to get started with. Also, I bought, put this back, another flat of canning jars, and because I plan on to start filling up these canning jars with, like I said, meats and things like that. I just did a video on how to can purple whole peas, and if you're interested in that, you can go back and I'll drop a link to that video in the description. And so I think that's pretty much it as far as the haul that first haul that we've had. And I'm not putting this in my regular everyday usage pantry. This is put away for emergencies. That's what this is for. So let me turn the camera around. Let me show you a couple of more. This is one of the tubs that we have, and it's a food grade tub, and it is full of white rice. And just so I know, because I don't know what I'm going to remember and what I'm going to forget in the event of an emergency. And so I put on here what is in the tub, and I also put, when I need to cook this, the ratio of rice to water, just to help me remember what I need to do. Here's 2 flats of, 2 cases of water that we're adding to the emergency stash. And this is in our laundry room actually, and these are the jugs that I was telling, the water jugs that I was telling you about. They are a little thicker plastic and a little more durable, and actually what I plan to do is clean out this space under this counter and put some of those things that I showed you on the table in here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with some of the things that are under here, but that's a problem for another day. So I hope you enjoyed the video about what we are stocking up on in our emergency pantry. I just want to say that those people in Louisiana and Texas, our hearts go out to you. As a resident of Florida, and after going through several hurricanes, several major hurricanes, and just enduring the anxiety leading up to a hurricane and the aftermath of hurricanes, our hearts are with you guys, and our prayers are with you as well. Just know that we are thinking of you and lifting you up. So don't forget the Harvest Moon giveaway. I'll post a link to the video with the rules for the giveaway. It's going to be a massive giveaway. So check that out. And you guys have a blessed day. Remember, do your best and let God do the rest.